What up, everybody? Welcome back to Furrow Publications YouTube channel. On this channel, we talk about zines and DIY publishing. And I just finished getting my notes ready for a discussion that I'm going to be having today with a comic book club out in Las Vegas. I don't know why I'm so nervous. I know why I'm nervous, and we're going to get into that today. But first, let me get a skate session to just kind of break the tension that I'm feeling right now. And that concludes today's skate session. Skate session was good. So what am I nervous about? Well, to begin with, my whole life I've had a gutter mouth. Ever since I was a kid, I remember being 9 years old and them speaking to my mother about why I curse so much. And it's just been something that my whole life, my last supervisor in the last position that I held was surprised I was hired because I cursed during the interview. And she thought that was very unprofessional, but for whatever reason, she said, they still hired me. But nonetheless, I get nervous when friends reach out to me and they ask me to help and participate with certain projects or nonprofits because I know I don't fit the mold. I like to be mindful and respectful when people ask me to participate in something, and I try to not necessarily change who I am, but be mindful of the context and the situation that I'm in. The other thing that gets me nervous is that I've done high school events before. I had a restaurant called Dirt Dog.
Tell me what exactly Dirt Dogs is all about.
Dirt Dog is a LA street food concept.
I had to learn during that whole process things like the County of Los Angeles was really taken aback with the fact that someone that had done time and someone that basically came from poverty was able to build a successful business. They would have me doing these discussions as well as with high school kids. One of the things that I noticed was that with the adults is one thing. They might get my humor or they might not. They might find it funny or they might not. But young adults tend to throw things out of context. I also don't have ill intent, so I don't like when people try to make it seem like it's something that it's not. It gets me kind of nervous about that. And lastly, because usually I get invited to these things, people speak highly of me. I remember for the city of Los Angeles, there was a person for the city of Los Angeles that I remember meeting that was really taken aback with my mind and the way I worked and functioned. And they really pushed me out there. She was continuously telling the city to let me do workshops and to talk to people because, in her opinion, I spoke from a very practical aspect and a very simple way of implementing these strategies. But with that same person, as well as with the person that invited me to this comics club, there's this sense of like, I don't want to let them down. I don't want them to invite me and then it be not fruitful. The kids don't like it, or people don't find value or benefit from the discussion. And so even though I know there really isn't that pressure, because the homie's like, there's no pressure, don't trip, just do what you do. But there's a sense of like, you kind of want to come through for the homie, you know what I mean? You want to come through for whoever's plugging you in, whoever's speaking highly of you. You want to validate why they speak highly of you, you know what I mean? For that person from the city of LA, the city council, I wanted people to be like, damn, like you were right about this guy. Like he really was very helpful and insightful to the community, and the same thing with the homie today. I want the students to be like, that was a good call, man. Thank you for bringing that fool onto our Zoom class, onto our comic books club, But why do it if I get so nervous? Well, the reality is like you have to put yourself outside of your comfort zone. And in truth, if you're trying to build a community like I'm trying to build, then you have to go out and build a community. You have to talk to people. You have to engage with people. And for me personally, I always feel better on a one-on-one basis. But, because of the whole pandemic, then like Zoom is where it's at. This is the new get down. So that's kind of what it's going to be. How do I get over it? It's simple. In my mind, I just have to remind myself that whatever I do, I just got to come at it with good intent. And I have to come at it trying to put my best foot forward. And as long as I do that, then I really can't beat myself up. I've gotten better as a speaker. I've gotten better at organizing my points and things like that. But in the beginning, I wasn't that good, and some of them were not that good. You know what I mean? And a lot of times, the discussion in the beginning it kind of went sideways and literally just revolved around my time in jail, which people always tend to find very, very fun and interesting, but doesn't serve any purpose. It wasn't the point of the discussions, And these are the things that I've learned, but like I said, like, you do better as you know better. And so I think that that's kind of what always I have to tell myself in my mind, that now that I can do better, I just have to make sure I make the time to come at this from a really good perspective, a really good position, and not shortchange it. Whatever happens, c'est la vie. Kids might not like it, the homie might not be pumped up, but you know what? In the end of the day, as long as the homie knows that I put my best foot forward and I legitimately tried to bring value, then I think I did my part. And I think that public speaking is a form of art. So I definitely feel that, it's a form of art. And after a while, like, you can only do so much to refine and to prepare. And after a while, you just have to let it go into the world and see how it does. And so that's what I'm gonna do today, man. So you know what? It's almost that time. I'm gonna go ahead and get ready. That's my poor attempt at cleaning up. I just kind of trimmed my shit up and put some damn Moco the gorilla on my hair. But let's go ahead and do this goddamn motherfucking talk with these kids. So the Zoom meeting is about to start. I have my trusty notes here. Zine's the show. Water, because you got to keep that water on deck. So here I go. Whew. And it is over. I think it went pretty good. I definitely feel like I was talking quite a bit, but hopefully the kids and the professors that attended this Zoom meeting got some value from me in this discussion. That's all I got for you guys today, man. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Lates.